Hi, everyone. Thank you for listening in. I'm super behind. I understand. I know a few people have reached out to me, but I did want to say hello to Suzana Oliveira. Oliveira, see, I messed it up.
Oliveira,
But
that's great.
Oliveira. But today on the podcast, we have Susana. So Sue is a coworker of mine. She leads I guess the same team as I, but in Brazil.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to bring Susanna on because first, she's a badass woman. She even has her Wonder Woman cup, I think, with her.
I do.
But yes, she is a fantastic leader, a great coworker, and an awesome friend. We've been working together now for a year, and I thought she would have some awesome insight to share to the podcast. So today we'll speak to her about a few things about career, personal life, and so on. So Sue, before we dive in, I wanted to pass it to you to give a little intro of your role, where you live, kind of a little bit of background.
Oh, Mel, amazing. Thank you so much for inviting me to have this conversation. I think it's so valuable when we have things to share, especially experience. So thank you very much for that. As you say, I'm Suzana Oliveira, which is extremely Brazilian, I guess. And yeah, I've been here at Twilio for almost 1.5 years. It's 1 year and 5 months, I guess, right now. And it's been such a trip, interesting one. And yeah, I'm very happy to work with you and to be here at Twilio, and very happy again to share this space with you.
Awesome. And so for those who are interested, Sue actually has her own podcast. And so we
Ooh.
should touch on that too. You should do a little bit plug for that at the end, Susanna. But I think so. This is called Mama Melly the Manager because you wanted to focus on the different areas of my life that even though they're separate, they really do come together. And I think that's something too I'd love to hear from you. But I wanted to start off with you've been in the tech industry for a handful of years now. And so curious as to why you got into tech and what do you like most about it and what do you find challenging?
Okay, amazing. Well, it's not a handful. Probably it's gonna be like four handfuls. Been in tech for 21 years right now, which is unbelievable, but I really started very young. Here, I'm not sure if it's the same in the US, but here we have sort of call it a technical high school, where you can choose a path, a career path. There wasn't like that many options, but you can choose one. And I chose a technical one in IT just because I had a friend that moved to this technical school. Just going a little bit before here, I took a public education, the fundamental one, and it used to be like very amazing. The public education used to be amazing here in the country. It was like very difficult to get in, but it was awesome. But I had this friend, she was my best friend at the time, and she moved to a different school when we moved to high school because you could choose different paths. So she was talking to me about how awesome was to maybe you start to think about having a career. And I was maybe 16 at that time.
Well,
And but it wasn't public education anymore. When you choose this kind of school, it's a paid one, so a private one. So I wasn't working, of course, and I remember that I called my mom. It wasn't a call, actually. We spoke, and I asked her if she could pay the first fee, the school fee, that I will get a job a month after, within 1 month, and start to pay the school. It wasn't take her like that much. It wouldn't be like that expensive to her.
mhm.
So that happened. I don't know. In 1 month, I started an internship in HP partner. Actually, it was a technical job at the time. We were starting to work on printing outsourcing here I guess in the whole world. Was the outsourcing thing was kind of a trend, and we
Mhm.
started to work with printing outsourcing, which was pretty cool. So I did like the very difficult job, like the bad job that no one wants to do it. but it was a beginning. And the
Mhm.
funny thing is, I never left the industry. I still have my first boss as my friend. 21
Hmm.
years later, he is still my friend. I do have friends from that company until now, and it was very nice. I mean, I didn't choose. It was more like, okay, let's see how it goes because I really wanted to have a job, and but it was awesome because I never changed. And what I think is that I like most about it to work in technology is the how we can change uh, business. I mean, we can contribute to the world's evolution in a certain way. I mean, in a very nice way. And it's magical that we can sell something that physically it doesn't exist. We don't sell anything that I'm going to physically deliver to you, but it has a power to change like many, many things, especially in the industry that we work right now, which is communication.
Mhm.
Uh, that changed everything. I mean, you're in the US and in Brazil, we've been talking, it's going to be amazing. So, yeah, that's the thing that I like the most about working with technology.
Yeah, that's such a good point. Sometimes I think I personally, I'm like, oh, what am I doing to contribute to the greater world? And yes, maybe we're not directly saving lives, but I do think, to your point, technology has been so innovative and it's been really important to make changes or make applications that connect people so we can just be a better, more connected community across countries and across borders, and then to have better experiences, more mental health access. Like there's just so many positives that have come out of the tech industry. So completely agree with you there. Um,
That's true.
so I know you and I have a little bit of similars. We started as account executives in companies, and then we took the big leap to become managers. So I'd love to know what motivated you to become a manager.
Okay.
And then same thing. What are the biggest challenges, but what are also the biggest rewards that you've had? I know we could talk about challenges all day long, but just a few.
Which is a big decision. You know that we talk about it very much. But to your question, my big motivation, it was always make the positive difference in the life of all people that passes through my management. I had a I always tell this story, which I like it very much. I had a very nice director in HP when I was working there, and he was super awesome, and I was so amazed by the way that he managed his team and the way my life improved over his management, that I really took the decision to, okay, that's the what I want to do. I will be way better trying to make people's lives better by motivating them. I mean, all the skills that we have to work in a daily basis. So it was very clear for me. If I tell you that every time I'm making the positive difference, the answer is no. No, but it's always my intention. Of course, I mean, we have like huge teams, and it's not all the time that we have them happy, but my intention is always the same. And so that was my motivation. The
Mhm.
challenge is, I'll just put one because I
Yeah.
think we do have many.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess the biggest one is people are different. I
Mm.
mean, and to get them motivated, each of them, every time, and know how to communicate with them in a personalized way, because you can just have your random communication, but
Mhm.
one by one, what motivates them, and the way that they want you to speak with them because it's different. I think that makes you a very creative person and a very creative individual, because once you get that, I mean, everything's going to be easier, but it's not that easy. So put
Mhm.
that as a challenge, the way to motivate them and to communicate with them. And the rewards, I do think, let me check. There are many too. But I guess I guess for me, and because we are in sales, so maybe it makes more sense. It's
Mhm.
to see them succeed in every way. I mean, if we take them to the sales club, this is very nice. Or if they come to us and say that, oh my God, I got a new place. I'm moving because I was very succeed here and I made more money and then getting a new car or improving, I don't know, some skill that I have or taking a course. So this is very rewarding. And for me, it's what makes me wake up every day and say, okay, this is worth it to do it. And I like it very much.
Yeah, no, I think that's something that we have in common and what has helped kind of our passion to stick with what we do because we do have big teams. Your team's bigger than mine, but my team's of 10. And so to your point, managing 10 to 15 individuals that are each different, each require a unique way to give feedback. Like it's a lot to figure out. And even once you figure it out, they're growing and you're growing. And so there's an ever changing learning curve. And I think that it's a challenge, but it ends up being a reward when they come to you with that feedback. I think for me, yeah, it's moments where they write a message randomly to me and say like, hey, I finally got that apartment I was trying to get because, last whatever. I was like, okay, great. Or when they give you a message, just, reinforcing like, hey, I appreciate that feedback you gave me. It was tough to hear, but now I'm applying it and it's working. So you're right. I think those moments are very rewarding. At times they're very spread out. And so it's not like every day there's a reward, which sometimes,
Of
at least for
course.
me, is challenging. But I think the motivation to be empowering for others is great. And something from Suzana that I learned, we had a leadership meeting in Miami in March. I think it was a long time
Mm.
ago, in March.
It was
And
May. It was May.
May. I don't know why I think
Yes.
March. Yeah, May. So it was back in May. But something you said really stuck with me, right? It's like,
What was that?
yeah, it was, yes, we're sales managers, but more than anything, we're people
Yeah.
managers. And it's so true that yes, we're sales and yes, we have a number to hit, sometimes a very high number to hit, but it's people. People come
Yeah.
first. And so as long as we focus on empowering and enabling our team and making sure that their needs are met in a good balance to what the company is requiring of them, that's going to help us be successful. And I think from what I've seen from the US and you in Brazil is that you do such a great job with that. And your team just quarter after quarter kills it. They're
Mm.
happy. You guys get together and do. So I just think you're truly building like such a good culture that is something that hopefully your team can then take wherever their journeys take them, and then they'll tell the story about how they had you as a manager and just continue on the legacy of Susan.
Thank you.
uh
Same to you.
well, I hope so. So I think so more around the career. This is a little career now mixed into personal, but
Mhm.
you just recently shared that you're expecting a little baby girl. So congratulations.
Thank you.
How, so again, considering and taking into account that you are going to be a mom, and you technically already are because it's
Yes.
cooking, right? It's cooking in the oven. Do you think it's scary knowing that you're going to take mat leave? Are you ready to take off? I don't know how long they give off in Brazil actually for maternity leave, but how do you feel about all that?
Well, it's a process, you know. I'm gonna be very honest and open here. It's not something, even though you plan it, it wasn't my case. But I think it's a process, right? Maybe the reason why I have 9 months to get used to the idea.
Yes.
Because right
And
away it's just
sometimes 9 months is not enough, but yes.
I'm counting on the 9 months. But it's awesome because it's a process. So you have the time. You can think that it goes fast, but actually you do have the time to plan and to put like the ideas in order. So To your question, I'm not scared at all. And there's a reason for that because maybe the environment that we work for here,
Mhm.
um, it's amazing. I mean, my boss is awesome. I've been sharing ideas with him and how we're going to work through my absence. It's you asked how long it's going to be. I think we can take like 7 months, counting on the vacation, so an extra
Mhm.
month if you want to. It's not, you don't have to. So it's a long time for us working on sales. We know that, I mean, even though a month off, it's a lot, but imagine like 7 months. So I'm sort of, I say that I'm not scared, but I'm okay. I'm concerned to be away for that much time, but only because of the routine and the people,
Mhm.
not scared that, okay, I'm going to be outside for that long and what's going to be when I come back. I'm not scared about that at
Mhm.
all. I think
Mhm.
we do have the environment that it helps us not to be worried about that much. But I do think that we as individuals, I mean me and you, we do our best for the company. We do our best on our jobs. So we have to be the confidence that okay, my place is gonna be here when I come back, and I did my best until now. I'm gonna do even better after because I do now have a compelling reason, a very strong one. But I do think that we have to be like self-confident as women, of
Mhm.
course, and as mothers. That's okay. We have the right to do both in a very nice way. So yes, I'm concerned, but I'm also very confident that everything's going to do great.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I guess it's not scared. It's, yeah, I don't know what the right word is. I don't have the biggest vocabulary out there, but I think I was very worried about it. And so I made the mistake of avoiding tying up loose ends, handing off everything until I was physically in the hospital with Manny. And so that's something I've learned. And I definitely, when I do speak to others who are preparing for mat leave, highly encourages it, like, it's okay to let go. For me, I like control too, but it's hard. It's hard to be like, oh, I gotta let go of everything. And I
I
was an AAE at the time. So, but
I
you
am a
need to.
control freak.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's true. I've been talking to Rodrigo, and I asked him how many workers meetings he wants me, or he is going to allow me to participate when I'm off, and he's like, "No,
None.
no, forget about it." So I
I think
understand.
they're gonna have to send someone to your house to take your laptop.
Yeah,
Because I know I from what I know of you, and I know we're very similar in that regards, you are going to be so tempted to just be like, well, baby's
I know.
napping. Let me
Just,
just
just
no.
check,
No.
just check the emails. Nothing
I'm gonna
that long with
I'll
that.
I'll send you a weekly update. I'll be like, per usual, Brazil's kicking butt. No worries. Take care of yourself. But no, there's
But
a
of
lot.
course.
There's a lot to do. I think one thing is, I don't know. Again, I know every country's different, but I never realized that there was postpartum physical therapy. And so
Mhm.
highly recommend that if you have access to it. I don't know what Twilio's insurance covers, but your body goes through a lot. And so if you can have physical therapy afterwards to get it back, I definitely highly recommend it. Because that's my mistake. My hips still feel like broken 2 years later from pushing a baby out.
Oh my God. So it's
Not to
going to be
scare you, but
another
I'm just letting you
challenge.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
know. I'm aware. But in my head, it's funny because I everything is so normal to me. I don't know, which is a bless, I think. That I have the maybe the innocence of thinking that after is going to be this way too, but I'm prepared. So
Yeah, I think it's funny that in our call, so for the listeners, right? Susana and I are part of the leadership team for our Latin American sales organization. So we have weekly meetings, and in our leadership meeting yesterday, there are a few of us who are parents compared to those who haven't had kids yet. Like we were just being like, oh my gosh, be ready, like kind of being like negative Nancy's to level set your expectations. But the reality is there's also amazing things. And so I think going into the next question is really like, from what you've known, from what you hear from your childhood, like from everything you know of right now, like what's something or a few things that you're really looking forward to with having either a baby and or a daughter? I don't know. I don't have a son, so I don't know how it is to have a daughter.
So please keep your son away from my daughter. No, no, no. He's so cute. Maybe he's going to be a nice
Well,
prospect too.
I'll keep him free for you.
Please let him tell him to wait just a little
Mm,
bit.
I will.
Like
I
20
will.
years.
Yeah.
So I now that's a very nice question because I guess once you realize that, okay, well, I'm going to be a mother, I'm going to raise a child into this world, it's a lot, right? You start to think, and I know we are pretty similar to that. My head doesn't stop, and I keep thinking about so many things. And you think about the things that you don't want to pass along, that you have it, and you don't want your kid to have it, but probably it's going to have it because
Yeah.
you're gonna say, "Oh my God, it's so annoying." It's just like me. I know this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
But one thing I know for sure that I really want my daughter to be a very strong woman.
Mhm.
That I know for sure. I really want to raise a strong woman, not in aggressive way, not none of that, but a person that is strong. I mean, it's
Mhm.
not going to, I don't know. Life is not easy. We know that. I hope that I make her life easier than mine was, which is I'm working on that. But I
Mhm.
really want to raise a strong person. I talk to her because she can listen now.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
been a while. So I say that she have no pressure, but she have a few options. She can be the next president. Not the next, it's gonna take a while. She can be the person who's going to cure cancer.
No pressure. No
No
pressure.
pressure. But just kidding. I mean, we only hope for the best for
Yeah.
our kids, you know that, and that she's gonna be healthy and very happy. But for sure, I really want to raise a strong person and someone who's going to bring like some light and some goodness to the world too.
She definitely will. She'll be your daughter, so she will. That's so
I'll
that's
try.
such an interesting point about knowing things you don't want to pass along, because yeah, I keep those in mind with Manny. And then there's things that my husband and I never even spoke about, but Manny got them. For example, the faces I make, like, it's hard for me to hide my reaction to things. Oh my gosh, Manny, the exact same. If he doesn't like what you're saying, he'll look at you like, I don't like that. And then two, oh, he is so independent. And so I know he got that from me as well. And so, and I don't think we taught him that, and he's only 2. So I'm
Yeah.
confident that you'll pass along a lot of that to your daughter. Anything you're like nervous about,
Uh,
specifically about having a little
no,
baby or a daughter?
I'm already aware they'll never be in peace anymore. I'm aware of that.
Yes. It's true.
I
Yes.
I know that from now, I mean not from now, but since the when I knew it,
Hmm.
I okay, I know that I would never be relaxed again ever.
Hmm.
So it's more about that she's gonna be healthy, she's gonna be happy. That's the things that it comes to my mind, and yeah, I think it's more about that. So I know that's going to every phase is different, and when they start to walk, I will have to be worried about if they're gonna fall and if they're going to get hurt. And yeah, every phase I know it's different, but I know never being peace anymore. So I'm aware of that too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, can be cute, but sometimes when Manny is mom, 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 I'm like, what do you want? And
And
he's like,
and I
look.
I bet that you were like so exciting about when he was going to start speaking, and now
Yeah,
he does.
nonstop.
It's my mouth is nonstop. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when he leaves home, which is gonna take a while, say, "Oh, I miss him so much." So
Yep.
that's
I
that's
literally
life.
cried on the way home from the hospital because I was like, this is the most precious thing ever. And in 18 years, he's going to leave us. And I was like, why do people do this? Why do people have kids? You raise them to leave. Like, what? But I know it's part of life and you have to try to appreciate each stage, but it's hard. But at least I am confident too that you have a community, you have a village. Like, obviously, on the work side, you have all of us, but I think something I've learned from Diego, our new directors, yes, there's your professional life and your personal life, but really we're the same people
Yeah.
all the time. And so, you have us here to help with whatever you need. I will fly down. By the way, I
Oh,
didn't tell you, I'm going to be in Sao Paulo. Do I say it right? I'm going to Brazil in September,
when?
next month, the 21st.
You
So I'll see
didn't, you
you.
didn't, you didn't tell me that.
I know. That's what I'm telling you now.
Oh my gosh, please. How long are you gonna stay?
Probably I have a latitude event that Wednesday and it's just one day. So probably just 2 days. So I'll see you one either the
No,
day before.
please. I'll be here.
Yeah. So I'll tell you. We'll coordinate that offline. I forgot to tell you,
No,
honestly. I forgot that I had
oh my God, I'm your only friend here. No, I'm just
I
kidding. You have more.
practically practically.
No, I'll be here,
Um
please. I'll take
yeah,
you. I'll take you out.
awesome. I think to wrap up, because we have a couple minutes left, just what are your takeaways, right? So anything for future moms out there, future managers, future female presidents,
Oh my
whatever.
God.
Any ending commentary?
I have. It's not a statement. It's more like a way of living, I guess. That is. It's also in my on my LinkedIn banner. It says that do your best, go beyond, and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think it serves to everything. I mean, if you're always doing your best and the intentions are good and you're always making a step further, I mean, not only the basics or only the things that people are asking you, you're
Mm-hmm.
always delivering more. And most important, if you're having fun,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your life is going to be awesome. So I guess it's going to work for both situations.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Rodrigo yesterday. Again, we were on the purpose, I guess, or on the phone, and I say, I think this new phase of my life of being a mom, I think it's going to be super fun. I mean, despite every obstacles that we might have or
Yeah.
challenges as we have at work, I think we have to find the bright sides and the things are good within the role, whatever it is, as a mother, as a professional. And I guess it is. I mean, try to be positive and have fun and do your best. I mean, it's always the way that I try to think. I used to say that I'm happy every day. I'm happy, not the whole day, but every day.
At some point during the day, I
At
am
some
happy.
point, not the whole day, but every
Yeah.
day I have something that makes me happy. So yeah, I
Yeah.
stick to that, and I think life becomes more beautiful when you look at on this way.
Yeah. No, I think that's something that I very much appreciate about you. And I'm extremely grateful for, because I think a lot of times you see when I'm not happy and you can tell, because again, I cannot hide my facial
You cannot hide.
expressions. No, I can't. It's terrible. I need to really work on it. But you remind me that it's going to be okay. And you are always supportive if I'm struggling, which sometimes is often, with like understanding if we're going to hit quota, right? You've had calls with me to tell me like, all right, let's look at this from an analytical perspective. Let's look at, and so I think that's something I've said thank you for before, but I want to continue to say
Oh,
thank you for, because it's always good to have that perspective. And it's easy to lose it, especially in tech sales and we can't, because if you lose that different point of view or that different perspective, or just having that positive lens, it's hard to come back from it. So thank you, Sue, for
No.
joining us today. Thank you for always supporting me, especially over the last year and a half. I mean, we started the management roles at the same time, and it's been so great. I'm bummed I've only seen you once in person. Isn't that crazy? No, twice.
No, twice. Yes,
San
twice.
Francisco
But it
and
seems like
Miami. And 3 coming up next month. I will
oh,
see.
I'm thankful that you remember to tell me that you're coming.
I know. I mean, I would have told you. I'm just trying to figure out time in my day. And then finally, your podcast is on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Or tell us
Yes,
a little
it's
about your
on
podcast.
YouTube and Spotify. Thanks to you. It's on Spotify.
The one thing I know how to do
Yeah.
with
No,
podcasts.
you're awesome. Thank you very much for that. It's called Leading Lives, and so it's sort of a collaborative project as well. We talk about career, different topics. So I think the information is also super valuable for anyone that wants to know more about the cooperative work. And
Yeah.
the nice thing is that they're all friends, as we are doing here right now, and it's super fun. So yeah, it's amazing. And I want to thank you too, Mel, for everything, for the space, for the chance to share again my
Mhm.
experience, and say how much I admire you for everything you do. And you're awesome. I love working with you and having you as a friend. And you're great.
Thank you so much, Sue. So grateful. And we have a lot more to achieve together. So I'm sure we have to get back to work now too, since we're doing
Yeah.
this like in the afternoon, a Wednesday. But
Thank you.
thank you, Sue.
Thank you. Bye
Thanks,
bye.
everybody. Bye.